Whispers of the Wildwood. Moral. Trust in your path, even when the way forward isn't clear. Patience and kindness will light your way. Part 1. The Forgotten Path. Long ago, in a land far beyond the mountains and mists, there was a forest called Wildwood. People said the trees whispered secrets and the wind carried forgotten songs. No one dared to go in, except for those truly lost. One such soul was a 13-year-old girl named Lina. She wasn't lost in direction, but in heart. Lina's village had changed after her parents passed away in a storm. She now lived with her uncle, a strict and silent man who didn't believe in stories or softness. Lina often wandered alone to the forest's edge, looking at the towering trees, wondering what secrets they held. Part 2. The Forest Calls One. Late afternoon, after another cold meal and colder words from her uncle, Lina packed a small satchel, bread, water, a worn book of fables, and walked toward the trees. She wasn't running away. She just needed something else. A sign, a purpose, a voice other than her own. As she stepped past the first line of trees, the wind changed. It felt like stepping into a dream. The air was thicker. The leaves shimmered in shades of silver and blue. Birds she didn't recognize sang in strange, harmonic tones. She walked deeper. Part 3. The Three Trials. Suddenly, a fox appeared, pure white, with golden eyes. It sat on a rock and spoke in a calm, clear voice. Lina of the quiet soul, the Wildwood has heard your heart. If you wish to find what you seek, you must pass 3 trials before sunset tomorrow. Lina blinked. What kind of trials? Not of strength, but of spirit, the fox said. Many enter these woods seeking answers. Few are willing to listen. With that, the fox vanished. A path of glowing mushrooms lit up before her. Lina took a deep breath and followed. Part 4, Trial 1, The Crying Tree. After hours of walking, she came upon a great weeping tree. It had a face carved into its trunk, and it sobbed with real tears that soaked the earth. Lina stepped closer. Why are you crying? She asked gently. The tree replied in a trembling voice. I have lived for 300 years, but now my roots are tangled in stones. I cannot drink. I will die soon. Lina thought hard. She remembered the old fables in her book. She knelt down, dug carefully around the roots, pulling rocks out one by one, getting her hands scratched and muddy. After hours, water began to pool around the roots. The tree sighed, relieved. Its leaves shimmered gold for a moment. You listened, you helped, you pass. The ground opened, revealing a staircase of vines. Part 5, Trial 2, The Flame of Fear. At the bottom, Lina entered a cave with a single torch burning. The flame turned dark blue as she approached. Suddenly, voices echoed. Cruel words from her uncle, mocking laughter from villagers, her own doubts whispering, You'll never be strong. No one needs you. You're just a sad girl playing pretend. Lina covered her ears, but the voices grew louder. The torch began to dim. Then she remembered what the white fox said. Few are willing to listen. So she sat down and listened. She let the voices come. Then she answered. I am sad, she whispered, but that doesn't mean I'm weak. The cave fell silent. The torch blazed bright again. A stone door opened. Part 6, Trial 3, The Waiting Owl. Lina emerged into a clearing with a single ancient owl sitting atop a stone arch. It blinked at her. Your final trial, it said. Wait here until I tell you the way forward. Lina waited. Minutes passed, then an hour. She grew cold, hungry, angry. Is this a trick? She asked. The owl said nothing. She thought of leaving, of wandering off the path, but she stayed. The moon rose. Still, she waited. When dawn broke, the owl finally said, You were patient when you could have panicked. That is wisdom. The owl took flight, revealing a bridge made of woven vines and starlight. Part 7, the heart of the forest. Lina crossed the bridge and entered the heart of Wildwood, a place where all colors glowed, time felt slower, and the air was music. In the center stood the white fox. You passed all three trials: kindness, courage, and patience. But I didn't gain anything, Lina said. No treasure, no magic. The fox tilted its head. Didn't you? She thought and realized she felt lighter, stronger. You came searching for someone to hear you, the fox said, but the forest helped you hear yourself. He stepped forward and touched her forehead with his nose. A warm light entered her, not magic, but clarity. Now go home, and don't forget, even in silence, the forest speaks. Part 8. The returned Lina awoke at the forest's edge. It was morning. Was it a dream? Her satchel was still full, and her hands were still muddy. When she returned home, her uncle stared at her, not angry, but confused. "Where were you?" She simply said, "I went for a walk." Later she made breakfast, washed the dishes, fed the chickens. Her uncle sat beside her quietly. Then he said, "Your mother used to go into the forest too, when she felt sad." Lina looked at him in surprise. He didn't say more, but something had shifted between them, a new softness, like morning light through fog. Part 9. Years later. As Lina grew older, she became known as the forest listener. Villagers came to her for advice, especially when they were lost, not on roads, but in life. She never claimed to have answers, but she would say, "Walk among the trees. Listen. Trust. The forest doesn't speak in words, but it never lies." She kept a journal of her journey. She called it Whispers of the Wildwood. Inside the first page she wrote, "In the darkest places, I found the light within me, and on quiet nights, when the wind was just right, she still heard the white fox call her name." Moral of the story: life may test you with silence, fear, and doubt, but those who walk with kindness, face fear with honesty, and wait with patience, find strength no storm can steal.